Well, if you're against ethics in government and you're against whistleblowing, but you're in favor of extortion and bribery, you're going to love what Donald Trump just did in his suspension of the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act. It's been on the books since 1978. It also has a companion law called the Foreign Extortion Prevention Act. And according to Donald Trump, it puts America and business at a competitive disadvantage because they're not allowed to bribe enough or extort enough. This is not The Onion, everybody. This is MeidasTouch. I'm Michael Popok and Legal AF. Let's dive in. I've dealt with Foreign Corrupt Practices Act representing clients who have been accused of it. I've also been involved with advising companies on how to avoid violating the Federal Corrupt Practices Act. It's no joke, and it's there for a good reason. We don't want our American companies bribing their way to the top or in other countries. Now, to Donald Trump, it's just deal making by another name. It just shows you the perversity and the lack of ethics and morals and character of the Trump administration. The same week that he suspends the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act, because business people that are now in his administration are whispering to him that they'd like to continue with their companies, apparently to bribe around the world. I can only think of one in particular, Elon Musk, but there are others. That he says, let's get rid of that. What puts America at a competitive disadvantage? They're not allowed to bribe enough. I mean, that's really where we're at right now with this. So what does it mean? He's authorized or he's instructed through an executive order, what else? Pam Bondi, his attorney general, to come up with new guidelines for how to enforce the FCPA and the FEPA on the books. Now, currently, there are about 25 different companies that are being prosecuted or investigated under these acts. I expect those to end as well. I mean, Donald Trump, all within about a 48-hour period, dismissed the had instructed that the bribery charges. This is like pro-bribery week for Donald Trump. You know, when they have like infrastructure week and all. This is I'm in favor of bribery week. He has his U.S. attorney in Manhattan, Jay Clayton, who used to work for him as in the Securities and Exchange Commission, an old golf buddy of his. He has him dismiss the charges against Mayor Adams in the city of New York, who was caught in a alleged bribery scandal involving the Turkish government. Get rid of that. Then he pardons Rudy Blagojevich, who is the former Illinois governor, who was caught bribing his way to try to get or sell off the Senate seat that was being vacated by Obama before he became president. He gets rid of the director of the Office of Special Counsel. He gets rid of the head of the watchdog group that's responsible for whistleblowing, the Office of Government Ethics. Get rid of all that. We don't need ethics in government, according to Donald Trump. We don't need watchdogs. We don't need, we're pro-bribery. This is the message. This is the new repackaging or rebranding or reskidding of the American brand of democracy. We're pro-bribery and extortion, everybody. I mean, it's remarkable that I have to do a hot take like this, but I do. What are the ramifications of it? All these suspensions of all of these programs like federal funding and a new order preventing people who are transgender from entering the military, they're not suspensions. These are permanent changes in our American brand of not only diplomacy, but patriotism and the rest. Do you think I wanted to wake up in a country or in a hotel room? Did you think I wanted to wake up in a country where we've now signaled to the rest of the world as the leader of the free world that it's okay to bribe? You know how much bribery goes on in other countries? Millions of Americans grind or clench their teeth at night, and most don't even know they're doing it. If you have jaw pain or headaches after a night's sleep, there's a high chance you grind or clench your teeth. Teeth grinding, also known as bruxism or TMJ, is generally caused by stress, and it can cause serious damage, such as eroding away your enamel and broken teeth, which leads to expensive dental bills. The solution to protecting your teeth is a mouth guard, but mouth guards from the dentist, they can cost you around $500 to $800. The good news is that there's Remi. Remi makes dental-grade, professional-quality mouth guards without the painful price tag. They're up to 80% cheaper than what you'd pay at the dentist and don't require you to visit a dental office. Remi's process is simple. They send you an at-home impression kit to create molds of your teeth. You send those back to Remi, and Remi's dental team will make your custom fit guards and send them right back to you. Remi's guards are so comfortable to wear that most customers forget they're even wearing them. Plus, with a 45-night satisfaction guarantee, you can try it risk-free, sleep better, and decide if it's the perfect fit. If not, Remi's got you covered. Look, stress can be my middle name sometimes, especially in the fast-paced world of podcasting and content creation. I'm on a news cycle timer, and at night, sometimes I have trouble turning off the old brain engine. And I have a lot of dental work that my dentist would love if I did a better job protecting, including my smile. And then I found the Remi mouthguard kit. And now my dentist is jealous. The in-home process was so convenient, easy, and affordable using their custom impression kit. It took me less than 10 minutes, and Remi ships it to you for no additional cost. And they keep your impression on file for future use. Remi is for anyone dealing with nighttime grinding, clenching, or jaw pain who wants an affordable solution to protect their smile and say goodnight to jaw pain and headaches. Head to shopremi.com/legalaf and use code legalaf to save up to 50%. That's 50% off at shopremi.com/legalaf with code legalaf. Give your teeth a break without breaking the bank with Remi. Thank you, Remi, for sponsoring this episode. I went through the reporting about this, and all the international papers were doing the article or their particular cover of this news from the perspective of alleged criminal bribery and business people in their own countries. Oh, this lets him off the hook. Oh, that lets him off the hook. I'm like, that's what our foreign powers, our foreign allies are writing about. They're almost like popping champagne. I mean, this is oligarchs popping champagne corks. Remember, just a couple of days ago, we got rid of the anti-oligarch statute that went after Russian oligarchs and took all of their yachts and planes and property, as a punishment to Russia. This is a great week for oligarchs and people who participate in bribery and extortion, and a terrible week for our moderate people or progressive people, fair-minded people that believe that's not what America should stand for. So we'll continue to follow all of it. What can we do about it? Not much at the present time. It lets off the hook all the companies that are currently being investigated. It just signals, if I'm inside of a company right now in America, I throw out that entire chapter in the corporate handbook and in the corporate training about the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act. And I just say, even though we're changing our internal ethics of our company. And because the president says so, we're back to bribing again, like before 1978. So everybody have, if I'm the CEO, I'm like, everybody have on my desk to Monday morning, all the places where we could improve our business dealings if we just bribed more. And let them explain that, by the way, to the shareholders. That there's now going to be apparently a section in the accounting records, in the financial reporting of a company that lists bribes. What are you going to put? Legal expenses? We're just going to be gangster about it. We're just going to say it out loud. We're bribing people. We spent $100 million last year bribing ex-official in Africa in order to get control of the oil fields. This administration can't end soon enough for most people. I have friends that are Republican. I know it's hard to believe. And they told me over dinner last night that they're really happy about as much as we're not, they're really happy about the first, 2 weeks. And then when you really start picking away at it, well, what are you happy about? Oh, well, he's back to being erratic and he doesn't care. And he's a bomb thrower. I'm like, well, how does that help us? Are you okay with getting rid of the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act? Oh, I haven't read enough about that. Are you okay with, they ignore all the things that don't fit their narrative. What about the Jan 6 pardons? Well, I don't want to talk about that right now. I want to talk about that. And I want to do it here on Legal AF and the MeidasTouch Network. I'll continue to follow. Apparently what we're watching is the corruption. I'd say the corruption of the Trump administration, but I think it came in corrupt So I think we're just following it and continuing to do that. And we got to speak truth to each other, and then we can speak truth to power. So we're doing that here on MeidasTouch and Legal AF. Take a minute, come on over to Legal AF, the YouTube channel. While I'm on the road, I'm trying to keep up with all the hot takes and videos there. Help me out too. Hit the blue subscribe button or the subscribe button. Help us continue to grow that pro-democracy channel. Till my next hot take from somewhere else in America, I'm Michael Popak. In collaboration with the MeidasTouch Network, we just launched the Legal AF YouTube channel. Help us build this pro-democracy channel where I'll be curating the top stories, the intersection of law and politics. Go to YouTube now and free subscribe at Legal AF MTN. That's at Legal AF MTN.